Where are we, Rob?
That's a good question. Where are we?
Wow, they look good. Look at these. Food's in. Ready to do some shooting?
Yep.
Hi everyone, my name is Nadia, and Rob today is behind the camera.
Hey everyone.
And welcome to our channel, Nadia and Rob channel. And for today's video, we actually shot this back in December. You're now seeing it in January, and we want to do something different. We want to show that you can still share a recipe with loved ones, still be able to bond, but not be in the same household because we're still in a hard lockdown here in Ontario. So this is a recipe that we cooked with Rob's son's Jesse and his lovely girlfriend Mira, who by the way did an amazing job in this video. We gave them our gear. They did a recording over at their place. We did a recording at our place, and the recipe is a mini beef Wellington that Rob sourced and found for us because he actually did this recipe back in, when did you do it?
I did this long time ago. And I was looking for a recipe because I wanted to have a dinner party at some other people's house, actually an apartment, and I wanted to be able to cook it quickly and easily. So this, rather than making like a complete beef Wellington, which is big humongous thing. What this one is you make little individual beef Wellingtons, but then you freeze them and then you recook them from frozen. So they're really easy to just take wherever you're going, pop them in the oven, and you have a beautiful dish.
Or if you're just the two in a house, you have leftovers basically in the freezer. They keep up to 3 months. So you can actually have now and then a
nice fancy meal.
Yep.
Or if you're ambitious, you can make a bunch of them like we did, send them over to friends and share a Zoom dinner.
Yeah.
Okay, go.
So like I said, we actually gave them some of our gear. They shot at their end.
See yourself?
How do I see myself?
Just to pretend cook. Oh, so this is cutting off her face.
We shot it in our style, which is from the top down, really beautifully done. They shot it kind of like a vloggy style, I guess you call it.
Not that that's not beautiful.
It's still beautiful. They did an amazing job. And considering I think this is Mira's first time on camera, she did fantastic.
Yeah, she looked great.
Really impressed. So this recipe, we give you the ingredients. Unlike our other recipes, it's not in full steps. The recipe itself is very long. We'll provide a link in the description area if you'd like to make it yourselves. Just sit down, enjoy the video. It's visually impeccable. Can I say that? Impeccable? No. What's the word? It is visually pretty. And then at the end, if you stick around, which we hope you do, because we did swap wellies between us and did a Zoom virtual dinner to do a taste test and a reveal and see how it all went. So see you near the end. I'm guessing that means we're recording.
And today we'll be making individual beef Wellington with mushroom spinach and blue cheese filling. So this is a different take on the general big beef Wellington where it's going to be 6 individual smaller portions. And in terms of the ingredients, you're going to need 3 packages, about 1 pound each of frozen puff pastry. And there is 2 sheets in each package, so that's going to be 1 sheet per roll.
6 of these guys.
For the mushrooms, we're going to have 2 large portobello mushrooms, 2 cloves of garlic, 1/2 a teaspoon of fresh thyme leaves, 1/2 a teaspoon of rosemary leaves, 3 medium onions, 6 ounces of Maytag blue cheese or another type of blue cheese, whatever you might find in your local grocery supermarket. We actually found Roquefort, I think. I'm pretty sure, yeah, it is. It's Roquefort instead of Maytag, but it's going to be delicious. Blue cheese is blue cheese.
We got gorgonzola, it's a little bit milder. We are going to need some medium dry sherry, about 1/2 cup. Spinach, and if you just hold on a second. The recipe calls for 14 ounce or 12 cups of packed spinach. Yeah, that's a lot. Save yourself some time if you can. It may cost a bit more, but you know, these pre-packed ones, I got 2 of these, they're 8 ounce. They equal out to 16 ounces. So you get extra spinach, that's totally fine. So 14 ounce of spinach and 2 eggs for egg washing. So you call it egg washing? Yep. To put the pastries together. And of course, don't forget 6 beef tenderloins. Ta-da! Tenderloins, 6 of them. Oh, ask your butcher if you go to a butcher store to cut these similar in size. That way you don't have to guess. They'll do the guessing for you. Okay, let's get to cooking. Okay, first thing we're gonna do is marinate the mushrooms. And we already did ours because it takes about 2 hours of marinade. Put in your garlic, thyme, rosemary, lots of oil.
Smells great.
No salt and pepper yet. And there was actually a lot of oil in here, but as you can tell, it's been absorbed by the mushroom. And we left, what are these called? Gills?
Fins, gills.
We left these on. Just took the stem off. Totally fine. Cool. Okay, shall we? We don't have a cake pan that's 10 inches. Recipe calls for 10 inches in diameter of anything circular. We have this bowl that is actually perfectly 10 inches.
What a miracle.
So they're nice and soft, and I'm going to roll each one of them into 1/3/16 thick. If I were any good at math, I would know how big this is, but we're gonna eyeball that one. Okay, let's start with one of them. Ooh la la. Okay, are you ready? Okay. So, got our rolling pin. We live in a condo, so it's quite an innovative method because we don't have space for rolling pins and such. Roll it out. Roll, roll, roll your boat. This is, oh, okay, look, it's actually rolling out quite well. And then this is 10 inches in diameter. And the idea is that, yeah, okay, now it fits. We're not gonna have much decorations because we're not gonna have much left over. But then you cut the rolls. Yeah, so, okay, so we're supposed to put them back into the, there's too much flour. Swear I know what I'm doing. And then you put it back here, and you're supposed to freeze it again, but I don't really see the point of freezing it. We're gonna use it into, next. I guess you're supposed to roll it a little. They're getting nice and watery, which is good because you want to get the water out. So we're going to melt some butter in the pan, and we're going to turn it down to very, very low with the onions so they caramelize for 30 to 40 minutes. Butter, butter. This is butter. Doesn't matter. So I have, oh, I do a clap.
Yeah.
Clap?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so spinach time. This is about 12 cups. I actually weighed it. Pretty much 12 cups of tightly packed spinach, or 14 ounces. And I will do the searing with a little bit of butter and a splash of water, which I didn't prepare, so I'm just gonna some of the spinach in the butter. Toss it and toss it around for a little bit. I'm gonna put some of my ice bath water in it because I didn't prepare for the water, but that's okay because it's clean water with ice. And it didn't really say how much water to put, so I'm gonna go with this much. We have our Maytag cheese, and I'm going to cut it into 6 equal portions. 2, 3, no, maybe a little bit. 1. That's kind of hard to cut. That'll be the 6th, and then I'm gonna divide this one over the other ones. And this one's a little bit smaller. I am going to season the meat with salt and pepper generously on both sides while the pan is heating up to very high heat for searing. I cannot believe how good this beef is. Like, honestly, you could just kind of bite into it completely raw. It's still delicious. It's so weird.
And we did yesterday.
And we did yesterday. Yeah, we had some steak tartare out of this, and like, oh my, oh my. Sizzle, sizzle. so it's 2 minutes on each side, or about 2 minutes, which isn't long. And frankly, for our intents and purposes, I think we kind of want to have it less because we like it pretty raw. Medium rare.
When it gets hot, it's not gonna be.
It's not gonna, but like I don't want to overcook it now because
I think we're gonna grab a bite to eat, let everything cool down, chill, and then we'll assemble. And we're gonna use this little guy to cut shapes and make little patterns for the pastry for the top. Okay.
I have 6 pieces of spinach, 6 pieces of blue cheese. I'm going to make 6 pieces of mushrooms. More or less, I don't think you need to be like super precise. Here, it's like a jigsaw for mushrooms. And onions, I think I'm just gonna eyeball because I don't really have the right thing to.
Pastries. As we do it, then. Go. Please give me decorations. I hope it fits in the pastry. It's very tall. Just on the flaps. Good. And then they said seal side down.
Still side down.
Please cut your decoration. Check. Just wash it. It's not quite like how it looks in their photo, but I guess it works.
This will do it. No.
You think you need to get to the edges though?
I know, I'm gonna spread it with my fingers. See? Brushy, 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 brushy. Then you kind of have to wrap it up. Oh, okay, tuck that in. I'll tuck this in. Well, practice makes perfect, so the 6th one hopefully will look nice.
You can brush them all together.
Yeah.
Ta-da!
Do you have a little brush?
No. But you're like filming from the wrong angle, like I'm doing shit.
I'm trying to show the stove, not the sink.
Looking pretty good. Let's give it a poke. Yeah, we're just trying to. Can you start the camera?
To get the food and my head in the frame.
Yeah, that's usually the case for me too.
Yeah, I'm leaning in.
Yeah, I was thinking probably the same thing.
We'll just put our beauty star in the back.
Hi, Roscoe.
Hey there.
Cute. Cute. It's not terrible.
Wait, which one's yours? This one?
Doesn't matter. Oh yeah, the more.
Yep, all I smell is butter and spinach.
Oh.
But the cook
But not
is
very much.
Not very much, and the cook is the same.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they look.
The cook's identical.
Yeah, they look really the same.
Yeah.
Even though it's different meat, right?
Yep.
Well, shall we try these?
Yes.
Cheers.
Meal in the making.
Cheers.
Cheers. To more yummy food in the oncoming year.
Yeah. I think we should do
Maybe
this more
someday in
often.
the same room.
Cheers. And so the family sat around the dinner table, marveling at their mini wellies, sharing wonderful stories about their happiness with the result and the arduous journey undertaken to achieve this mini pastry ball filled with deliciousness and joyous memories. Can we do that again?
Yeah,
I sound ridiculous. I had to do that. I felt like with the music and everything, it warranted that. That's Dickensian storytelling time. Do you want to move back?
Yeah, go.
Here you go. This is our height difference. I love showing it off. So, the taste and reveal portion of the video. What did we think?
Well, they were delicious.
They were super
They were
yummy.
really good. It's a great recipe. It was designed by a magazine that's still sort of around, Fine Cooking?
No, Fine Cooking.
Fine Cooking magazine.
Yeah. And their site is finecooking.com, which we'll provide in the description area.
And it's a little bit of a chore to make.
Oh my god, it took a day. We actually had to put up lights near the end because we ran out of daylight to shoot the recipe, and we were exhausted. But I guess it's one of those, it's a rewarding recipe. You make it once, you freeze it.
Yeah, and it takes all day because you're making 6 of them. So you freeze them, and then you can pull them out anytime you want.
Yep. And then if you feel like going through it again, just plan a day at a time. So we cooked it, and the differences between our tenderloins and Mira and Jesse's was that our tenderloin, we got it from a different butcher.
Yeah.
And we actually use a different cheese. But I think other than that, everything else, down to the pastry, is pretty much the same.
Exactly the same.
How would you describe our tenderloin to theirs?
I think our tenderloin was a little better marbled.
Yeah.
And that's unusual because most tenderloins are very, very lean. They're very tender, but they're very lean because the muscle doesn't get a lot of work. The butcher that we buy from, Sanigan's, sources really high quality, locally raised beef. And we happened to get a tenderloin that was beautifully marbled. So I think that gave a little more steak flavor.
Yeah, I mean, their tenderloin also looked good. It was actually darker in color than ours,
Yeah.
but ours definitely had more marbling in it. The cheese was different, and thank you, Rob. I'm not a big blue cheese person, but I wanted to give this a go because when you're cooking cheese, it changes the flavor profile. They used Roquefort. We used Gorgonzola.
We used Gorgonzola, which is a milder, it's a combination of like a
Camembert?
Camembert and
Blue cheese?
Gorgonzola?
No.
Blue cheese.
Roquefort.
No. It's a creamy, mild blue cheese.
Yeah.
And I thought, given that I know that Nadia doesn't like really sharp blue cheeses, we'd use that. And it made sort of a beautiful sauce component.
Yeah.
And it lent the blue cheese flavor without being overwhelming. So that seemed to be a good choice for us.
It seemed to be a little bit creamier. It added actually a little more fat to the tenderloin, which I think it
It's always a
benefited
good
from.
thing, yeah.
And when we tried theirs, for someone who's not a blue cheese lover, I tasted a lot more of the blue cheese, and I couldn't really get past it. So that's more of a flavor thing.
Yeah.
So if you are not as much of a blue cheese lover like me, try the Gorgonzola. I was happy with it.
Yeah, that
Definitely
worked
do it
really well.
again.
Speaking of which,
Yep.
we're thinking of taking this recipe and putting our own twist on it.
I mean, this recipe is what, from the 80s?
Somewhere around there, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, and a Wellington's a very classic recipe. And so we're thinking of a few little tweaks we can do to maybe modernize it or just to give it our own little twist.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you'll probably see more of this.
Yeah, we need to experiment first.
Yeah.
And we'll try to make you guys part of that experimentation journey. Oh, it's a tongue twister. So please don't forget to subscribe.
And press the like button and the bell.
And the bell.
You hear when we release a new video.
Yes, please. We appreciate the support, and we've been growing, and we really, really enjoy making these videos for you guys. So stay tuned.
and we'll be back.
Bye.
Bye-bye.